There's some people in parliament with Eshoninche, with Ensonye Ntolo. Why are you, this stupid man, Museveni? Why is he building roads in Congo when we have got bad roads here? Yes, we have our poor roads here, but we also have good roads. But in order to build our roads, to build even the bad ones, which are not yet built, we need to trade with Congo, with South Sudan. We are not going there to just preach the gospel. Chivobaraya went to Congo to preach the gospel. The roads were taken to Congo to make business, which will enable us to get more resources to deal with the roads that we have not yet been able to do. How can anybody really talk about this? Because it can even annoy our neighbors and say, okay, if you don't want, you don't come and build. It's not good. People should do. But no, so we are going to do those roads because we are getting from Congo, I think we are earning $500 million a year. How can you see? How can you even speak? Why are you building the road? If my neighbor has allowed me, I am getting a lot of advantages from him, but he still has some internal issues. That road helps us very much. We need it. We need it badly. The people of Eastern Congo need it, but we also need it. The same with South Sudan. If you look at the road going to Yei, how much business is coming to Uganda from Yei? The one of Nimule to Juba is good. That one has no problem. The road from Bunagana to Goma, we need that road very badly. The people of that area need it in Congo, but we also need it very badly. So we have had agreements with Congo to do those roads, but also take power there, sell power there, sell power. In terms of the private investment, the number of licensed projects by the Uganda Investment Authority increased from 247 in financial year 2017, this is per year, to 286 in financial year 2018-2019. Planned capital investment increased from $877 million per year to $1.3 billion per year. These are additional investments each year being added. The number of jobs that would be created was estimated at 59,000, almost 60,000 new jobs in the financial year 2018-2019, which was doubling the number of 23,000 of the previous year. The manufacturing sector alone would employ an additional 21,000. The other jobs, the 60,000 are for the whole economy, services and so on, but 21,000 is specifically for the workers. With the development of the industrial parks and free economic zones, the number of new investments will increase exponentially, creating huge employment opportunities. The three growth and investment corridors which will guide public investment in the country include The Eastern Growth Corridor, which will follow the current single meter gauge railway that runs from Bukedi, Bugisu, Teso, Lango, Acholi sub-regions. That is one growth corridor from Tororo all the way to Gulu. We are designating that the Eastern Growth Corridor. A lot of factories will be built along that line. Then the second one will be the Arbatine, or Muitanzige. I don't know why they call it Arbatine. It's Muitanzige. Muitanzige is the name of the Kalbat. That's what we call it. The Muitanzige Growth Corridor, which is composed of the Chigezi, Toro, Bunyoro sub-regions, from Rukunjiri through Kasese to Fort Potro to Hoima to Masindi. And then what they call the Northern Growth Corridor, which encompasses areas of Kampala, including Wakiso and Mukono, Gureta Buganda, and Ankole, the old road from Tororo to Kampala and to Rwanda and Congo. So these are the three growth corridors which we are promoting. Public investments to be undertaken in this regard include electricity power substations, because now we have the electricity, it is now the substations to channel it, extending industrial power lines, extending water for industrial use, building road and ICT infrastructure, etc. The immediate focus will be the Kampala Industrial and Business Park at Namanve, Mbale Industrial Park, Kapeka Industrial Park, Boyogerere Industrial Park, Kasese, Soroti, Ruzira, Jinja, and Mbarara. We shall expand to the other areas as we collect more revenue. The demand for our export goods remained strong even when there were disruptions in trade supply chain globally. This is because we have a very diversified export base. We recorded US dollars 3,800 million. That's 3.8 billion in the financial year ending 2020. This is export of goods only, goods. The export of mineral products were worth 1.2 billion. Coffee, about $500 million. Fish, $180 million. Maize, $123 million, etc. The Middle East, East African Community and COMESA accounted for almost 80% of our export demand. Workers' remittances for Ugandans working mainly in Europe, USA, and the Middle East, and the foreign direct investment remained resilient despite the global impact of the COVID-19. Production of manufactured goods increased between 2018 and 2019 calendar years as follows. There's some figures here which need to be sorted out. The figures of sugar should be about 500 million tons. Cement, they should clarify them. And steel production recorded 289,000 metric tons in 2018. Beer, soft drinks recorded slightly lower production, mainly due to the under-declaration, because those companies were under-declaring, cheating taxes. However, this problem will be addressed with the installation of the digital stamps infrastructure in the major manufacturing factories.